Okay. What I decided to do was, oh, hey, welcome back. Was goofing around over there, pulling the Petcock off the bike, and figured I would go ahead and turn the camera on while I was messing with it. Let you guys see how this thing's made. You can see the Chinese lettering on the side of the handle. One reason I pulled it off when I first started dealing with it a little while ago, before I pulled the carbs off, this was really stiff. Then all of a sudden it got really easy. So I want to make sure something didn't snap or break in there. Everything's working the way it should. But they're not too difficult, not too complicated either. These are the outlets for the gas. There's one here, one over here. Hoses come out here, go to the two carburetors. This long stem here is the tube for the main tank. And when the fuel level gets below this, it kicks into this one, which is just a filter, and it filters it all the way down for the reserve tank to be completely out of fuel. That's how that works. In case you didn't know, some of you guys, that if you're riding fuel injection bikes or things like that, that's what happens with these. The old school carburetor bikes. Anyway, there's a rubber O-ring down in here. Still good, apparently. Looks alright. So what I want to do is pull the handle out. I'm going to pull the bottom off. There's just a Phillips head screwdriver. Phillips head screw. Let's pop it out. And look, I remembered to turn it the proper way this time. And as soon as I got that loose, this popped out. You look at it, you can see there's a, oh yeah, there's two pieces of rubber here, two open areas. They both had some rubber pieces in them. As you can see, there's one rubber O-ring, and not really a ring, it's more of a piece, and there's just a short. The bottom one here is only halfway. I find that interesting, but it's got gunk in it. Apparently the O-ring snapped, which means I'm probably going to have fuel leaks in this thing. Unless I can get some, I mean, these almost look like plumbing washers. They're just flat washers instead of round ones. I do have some round ones. Spring drive to keep it tight. I may try to replace these with some just regular O-rings. See if they'll work, just because that's what I got. I don't have the budget for hunting down things like that. Just cleaning this off. Well, let's pop the bottom loose. And you can see there's a spot in here. It's kind of nasty. I'll clean that out. And got another O-ring in here. A little bit of oh man, a lot of rust, a lot of rust and settlement down in here. I don't know why. You can see it. I'll clean that out. Get this O-ring out of here. Probably reuse it. It was probably originally a washer like the other ones, and I replaced it some other time. Let's get some cleaner on here. You can't see me over here, can you? Maybe you can. Actually, this doesn't feel meshy. It just feels like a cast item. Really odd cast, but really not cleaning up very well. It's not going away. It's just there. Wow, that hole opened up big. We got another one here anywhere. Nope, just that one there. Alright. There's a little hole right here on the side. That was very tiny until I touched it with a pick here, and then it just got huge. It doesn't look like it's rust or anything. It's just made that way. Anyhow. That looks pretty good. Let me go see what I can find for these. Yeah, see if I've got another one of these laying around somewhere. Use it. I just want to show you how this thing breaks down, comes apart. There should be a mesh screen in here to take out some of the imperfections in the fuel. I remember this bike was originally built for the Chinese Army. In its actual configuration here, this was a bike of the People's Liberation Army of China. And the Chinese put them on the market. And a guy around here bought it and traded it in on 2 4-wheelers, and at a dealership I frequented, and I bought it from them because it's just cool. And no, I'm not supporting the Chinese or any of that happy horse shit. An American guy bought it back to the States, sold it to another American. I bought it from him. So, anybody wants to give me grief about riding a Chinese motorcycle, don't order anything else on eBay ever. Anyhow, that screws back in. See what I got for these. And I'll put it back together and go for it. Well, let me see if there's any. Yeah. Hole right there. Hold it in. And I don't see any way. I don't see any holes that allows the fuel to flow. There we go. Let's right. I don't know. Right back here in the very back, there's. Let's take it in. Zoom, zoom, zoom. As far as it goes. See way back there in the back, that light color? It almost looks like a screen. I can't get it loose or see behind it. So that might be, get you back out, that might be where the fuel's coming from. Maybe. If I've got this down here, it's Well, it's got to be coming. It's got to be coming down through here and going in. I'm not seeing. Let's see. I'm going to do this. And it just bubbles out. See what happens when I do that. Put it on reserve. I don't know. It's weird. Very weird. Just not seeing how it works. Most of the other Petcocks I've dealt with, I could tell how they work. This one, not so much. I'm not seeing where the fuel comes in or how it controls it. Just not seeing it. Well, there's no grooves in there. Nowhere to let fuel in. So I'm not sure how it controls it. I've seen it before. And you could actually tell how it worked. It actually blocked them off. But this one's not doing that. Well, if I get small O-rings on there to block it off. Well, maybe it's not supposed to have any. I don't know. Maybe it's not supposed to have any. Maybe they were there and didn't need to be. Maybe it's just junk. Oh, you know what? That's what that was. That just controlled the... And so it's just this one on the back side. And this just guided, this one here just guides the screw that holds it in place. This one's got to have something to do with something. Maybe that one's, maybe that's the one that needs the O-ring, really. Because remember, the other one didn't have an actual ring on it. It just had a piece of rubber. It could have came from the, could have been a missing piece from the back one. Yeah, okay. Let's try that. Let's get us a, see if I got an O-ring back there about that size. Put in here and use it instead. Man, this is really bad casting. Really bad casting. So let me go get that. Be right back. And did find a good O-ring. It's might be a little bit bigger as far as outside diameter as a flat one, but it does fit in these grooves well. It's about the same size, almost flush. I'm gonna give it a try. Probably should have taken this in there and cleaned these castings up a little bit, but that was the. This ain't gonna work, is it? Too tight. I think it's gonna be too tight. It's gonna be a little bit too much, a little too big. Let's see if we can get some get a little lube on that. Right back. All right, just got a little grease. Not sure if it's what I should be using, but it's what I've got, so it's what we're going to be using. And once y'all out there to do this kind of thing, you know exactly what I mean. Sometimes you have to work with what you got. What I've got is O-rings and grease. Look at that, pop right in there. Perfect. Put the screw back in. And we go up, reserve, down to off, or to full, midway, shuts it down. We're all set. Well, I'll put this back on, pour the gas back in, and hook the carburetors up, and let's see if this thing will run. Anyhow, I'll get back to you when I do that. There's not a whole lot to put this on, it just slides up inside and you turn the nut. So anyway, we'll be back when when we're getting ready to fire it up. Might be continuation on this video, might be a new one. Anyhow, talk to you later.